Wagwan, one of the pan, welcome back to my channel. In this video I am baking a sweet potato pudding my style. I already uploaded the traditional way of baking sweet potato pudding in Jamaica, where I use the Ella top, Ella bottom, hallelujah in the middle method, meaning I bake the pudding on a coal stove. In this video I will be putting the pudding in an oven, and I am gonna put all kind of something in it. I am using 2 sweet potatoes, and that is 1 pound of yellow yam. However, I cut off piece of the yam to make it about half pound of yam, because I don't want to use 1 pound of yam with 1 pound of sweet potato. You know, that will be like equal amount, and then I don't want the pudding to be too stiff. I want my sweet potato pudding to be soft, and that you'll taste the sweet potato more than tasting the flour or the yam. So I cut up everything and put them into a food processor, because I'm not gonna use a grater. A food processor will do the work. And as I mentioned before, this is not the traditional sweet potato pudding, so may I put all kind of something in there, like piece of ginger root, and then I am gonna what's the word? Pulse. The word I'm looking for is pulse. I'm gonna pulse them, not grater them, pulse them. Half cup of all-purpose flour, I think that is about quarter cup of brown sugar, and about half teaspoon of salt. That is grated nutmeg, cinnamon powder, and mixed spice, and the raisins. I did not measure anything, I just let my ancestors guide me. One teaspoon rose water, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1 teaspoon red label wine, 1 teaspoon white rum, and that is the white overproof rum. I am using coconut milk to mix the ingredients, and I am mixing and adding the coconut milk until it reaches to the consistency that I want, not too runny and not too stiff. So the mixture reaches to the consistency that I want, as I mentioned before, not too runny, not too thick. So I added 2 teaspoons of melted margarine. I use chiffon. In the meantime, preheat an oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and then grease and then floured a 9-inch baking tin, and then pour the mixture into the baking tin. I think the baking tin is a little bit too big for this amount of mixture. Nevertheless, it turns out okay. And the black thing that you saw in the mixture, I hope you remember some put raisin in there. You understand? So raisin you look pan we black. Okay, thank you very much. Now after I scrape the mixture into the baking tin, then I'm gonna tap to remove the air bubbles. So I'm gonna bake the pudding in an oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 hour. I am using a little bit of coconut milk, and I added a few teaspoons of brown sugar to it, and then a splash of vanilla. Give it a good stir, set it aside. I'm gonna use this mixture to pour on top of the pudding when it is baked to give it the wet look, or mat up on top as we call it in Jamaica. You don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. And the amount of mixture that you pour on top of the pudding will determine how wet you want it to be as well. So after an hour the pudding is baked, and now I am pouring the mixture all over the top to give it the wet look as I mentioned before, and then I'm gonna return it to the oven for an additional 20 minutes. This pudding is so nice. I tasted the red label wine and the rum. May I tell you, try this recipe, you will love it.